This video has been brought to you by Raid Skylight Legends. Raid Skylight Legends. Play today. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's Always Rainy in Buffalo. I'm the guy who likes to talk to himself in his garage, and today is Toodlebit Tuesday. So what are we looking at today? Today I want to talk about what are the 3 things that I would use to that I would recommend, not use or say this is what you have to do, but these are the 3 things that I would say if you're going to break the bank on these 3 things. And I'd like to preface this with saying all these 3 items that I have purchased are or have received as a gift for Christmas, but are by the North Face, the brand. But that's not me trying to say North Face is superior to everything else, because realistically, it's not. All 3 of these items, I could find ways to improve them if I wanted to, but the thing is these are the 3 things that work really well for me. So without further ado, this is going to be kind of a 3 mini reviews, but basically 3 reasons why I recommend breaking the bank on these 3 things. So 3 is the magic number today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So first up, we have boots. Why boots? Well, because you're going to be walking all day, and if you're canoe tripping, you're going to be portaging possibly multiple times a day. So what would I recommend to look for in a boot if you're going to break the bank? First thing I'm going to say to look at for all 3 of these things is always check reviews to see how it's worked for other people. But I prefer a boot that is waterproofed and has very good tread on the bottom. So these boots have lasted me through multiple backpacking and canoe trips. And one more thing that I really like about these boots is the positioning of this shoe guide right here, because it actually allows you to have more torque when you pull up and tie your shoe so you can tie it tighter. The one last thing that I would say about these is they have the heel has broken on me, but just a little bit of super glue, and these things are as good as new. So first thing to break the bank on, I would recommend the thing that your foot is going to be in all day. Now I'm not saying that boots outdo shoes or shoes outdo boots. That one's up for you to decide. I like boots. I know people who prefer shoes. Let's get on to the next thing. So the next thing that I would break the bank on is a decent sleeping bag. A lot of banks. A lot of companies have multiple sleeping bags in a series. Like this series is the Elevation series by North Face, but there's also the Wasatch series, I believe. All of them are named after geological locations. The Elevation is obviously named after the Elevation Islands. But all of them have a range. So this one goes down to 40. They have another one that goes down, I think it's only for about 60 degrees. And then ones below that are for below freezing. So I would definitely pay attention to what type of climate you're going to be using this sleeping bag for. And also deciding whether you want down or synthetic. But that one's up to you. And finally, I would prefer something that has this hood, because 40 degrees, in my opinion, is still cold. And obviously you can use it in like 39 or 38. And just something that's going to keep your body nice and warm. Basically, quality stitching and construction of this product is what's going to keep you warm when you're camping in the cold times or just at night. And finally, the number 1 thing that I would recommend that if you're going to break the bank on anything, it'd be breaking the bank on your tent. This is the North Face Storm Break 1, meant for 1 person. The number 1 thing I would recommend you do is if you're a tall person like me, shorter people, I'm sorry, you don't really apply because you'll fit in a tent like this, but if you're anything above 5'6" or 5'7", really look at the dimensions, because this tent is 6 feet long. So, I'm sorry, 6'2", I'm 6 feet tall. So fitting in this could be a problem if you're 6'3". Another thing I really like about this tent is this cross pole right here. Because if the wind comes pushing down on it, you have double the force pushing back up, so it actually deflects the wind. or resists the wind a lot more, resists a lot more under pressure. And another thing you can do is to figure out which way the wind direction is coming from, and you can point this more sloped and towards the wind so it pushes it up and over your tent. And another thing that I like about this tent that I think a lot of people should go for if they're looking to break the bank is these poles are heavy in the light sense. They're not heavy poles, but for backpacking poles they're a little bit heavier. If you want to break the bank a little bit more, look at the weight. Look at the weight of the tent, because a lot of it's going to be reserved in the poles. But you know, it's not that heavy, and it's a reliable tent. It's sturdy. Basically, quality stitching. You want quality stitching because you don't want to get holes in your tent. And after that, and after you figured out your price range, you can just pick out the color you like. Me personally, I don't know if anybody's noticed a pattern, but I really like the color orange. I like the color orange a lot. So, bonus, this tent is orange. So, with that, with these three things, I'd like to leave you on one final note. We're all going through some really hard times right now, but some people that have a lot to be concerned about, especially when this quarantine's over, is small business. So what I would recommend is basically look up in your area where there's a hiking or backpacking store. Like the main store in my area is called Gear for Adventure, and they got some really good quality stuff, and I always like to go there first before I go online to find what I'm going to buy. So look for your online store. If you're in the Buffalo area, go check out Gear for Adventure. They're not sponsored by me, but they're a reliable store with really good equipment. And if you can't find what you like, you can always ask them to order it for you. You're still supporting small business. Or you can go online to something like backcountry.com. The thing is even if you're going to break the bank, holding the object in your hand before it arrives in a package is so much better than ordering it, finding out you're hating it, and maybe it doesn't have a return policy, and now you got to deal with it until you can either A, buy a new one, or B, it breaks. So, buy local. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I really like making these Toodlebit Tuesday videos for you. They're a lot of fun to make, and I hope everybody's doing okay out there. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell people about the strange man who likes to talk to himself in his garage, because that's the thing that's going to keep this channel alive. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. Stay safe, stay positive, have a great hiking season, because I promise you that it's getting close. It's like right there. You can reach out, you just can't quite grab it yet. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.